Hello everyone, today I will show you the most popular enterprise firewall from Fortinet, that is FortiGate 101F. I will show you from the unboxing to the basic configuration step by step. I will cover some network interface configuration, route policy, how to configure static route, and I will show you how this firewall working as a WLAN controller for wireless Wi-Fi, and I will show you some CLI command for troubleshooting for Fortinet operating system. And let me unbox the firewall. Here you can see the small box. It's a quick start guide. There are two installation brackets to install the firewall in rack, and here you can see this is the firewall with plastic cover, and there are two power cables. For redundancy, you can see here there are two power cables and one UTP cable for configuration in the small box. Now let me uncover the plastic quickly. I will show you step by step practically. You can see here this is the firewall 101F, and from the front side there are one USB and one console port. You can see here for configuration there are one DMZ, one management port, and there are two WAN port, WAN 1 and WAN 2, and for high availability there are two ports, HA1 and HA2, that I will cover in my next video, how to configure high availability for Fortinet firewall. Here on the right side you can see LAN side port, RJ45 port, and here you can see the shared port. We also call it combo port, like you can use both RJ45 and fiber, and the two X1 and X2 port are important. These two port are 10G fiber port. You can use with connect with core switches or some other purpose. On the back side you can see there are two power supply for redundancy, even it will used if one power supply has some issue. Now I have connected my UTP cable with the management port and laptop for configuration. You can see here practically. Okay, now let's move to the configuration part. First I will configure the IP address in my laptop. Just go to the network setting, change adapter setting, and click on Ethernet. Default IP on Fortinet firewall is 192.168.1.99. I will configure same subnet IP in my laptop manually, just 192 and 168.1.101 from the same subnet. The subnet mask is /24. There is no need gateway because this is the same subnet. Just click OK and close. Now let me show you IP address, IP config. You can see here the IP address has been configured. Now let me try to ping firewall IP 192.168.1.99. Yeah, that's perfect. You can see firewall IP is pingable. Now let's move to the browser to access the firewall. Just put the firewall IP address here 192.168.1.99, but HTTP is not allowed on management port by default. We need to put https:// just enter again. Now that's perfect. You can see here it's accessible. The page is loaded. Now just click on advanced, and you need to click on proceed. Now by default in Fortinet firewall there is default username is admin but without password. We need to set the password. Just click login. Now this is the fresh new firewall. We need to set the password if you are going to access for the first time. Just set the password and confirm the password again and click OK. Now we can log in with admin username and the password just we set. Just put the password, sorry, and let me try again, admin, and the password just I have set, and click login. Okay, now you can see this is the first page for FortiGate setup. Just click on begin, and there are multiple options. There are two options, like if you want to enable automatic patch upgrade and if you want to disable. It's depend on your requirement or your customer requirement, but you need to take care. This point is very important if you are selecting enable automatic patch upgrade, because we need to set the window otherwise it will be reboot automatically or it will upgrade the patches. and there will be outage. Just I will set automatic option, and I will click on save and continue. Just click on save, and I will acknowledge here. Just acknowledge and OK. Now the next, there are two options for dashboard setup. One is optimal, one is comprehensive. The optimal is the popular default dashboard, but in comprehensive there are multiple options. You can, like, we can view the 40 views, all monitors, and even it's depend on the old version as well. Just click on OK. I will select comprehensive. Now here is the guidance video for the new version Forti iOS 7.2. Just I will click OK. Now this is the main graphical interface of Fortinet Firewall. You can see here there are multiple widgets like system information, host name, there is serial number, firmware version, and mode. A lot of option. And here you can see the license detail. It's all pending because it's not connected with internet. And here you can see it's not activated and not connected with FortiGate Cloud because we have not connected internet link yet. Here is security fabric and administrator option. This is the complete graphical dashboard for FortiGate 101F. And here you can see CPU memory utilization. And here is just Wi-Fi status. A lot of option. Just let's go to the main part for configuration. I will show you all options step by step. Just come to the network portion. Here you can see network policy object and VPN configuration, system, and logs option. Just click on system, and if you want to create new user for your team members, just click on system, then administrator. But now I have login with by default username admin. If you want to create username for your team member or your junior, just click on create new, click on administrator. Then you need to set username here, and you need to set the password, and you need to set the comment like this is from this team. And you can put two-factor authentication through mobile for authentication, but just let me cancel this. I will not configure. If you need, you can do by this way. Now the next I will show you the host name. Just click on setting, and by default the host name is the model of firewall FortiGate 101F. If you want to change the host name, just here you can edit. I will write firewall-01, and here downside you can see the time setting. If you want to connect with NTP server, or you can set manual, and this is the sync interval to communicate after 60 minutes with NTP server. There is multiple option for some administration setting, HTTP port and SSH port. Just click on apply. Now you can see here my firewall name has changed to firewall01. By this way you can change the firewall host name. To check the license information, we can go to the FortiGate under the setting and just click on FortiGate option. Here you can see all the license information and status, like for antivirus, SD-WAN, and multiple license. But it's pending because it's not connected with FortiCloud and internet. On the right side, even we can upload the license file when we get from the Fortinet or some distributor. After uploading, all license will be activated automatically. And downside, we can FortiGate updates, like you can set daily, weekly, or you can set automatic. Now the next step I will show you the feature visibility. This is very important, like it will show or hide some feature graphically, actually to reduce the complexity of the graphical interface. Sometime we are going to configure some advanced feature, but it's not showing. For that we need to enable from here. For example, I will enable SSL VPN option. Just click on SSL and apply. It will be automatically showing on graphical interface. Now the next I will show you the network and interface configuration. Just click on network and interface. Here you can see the green color means it's connected and up. My laptop is connected with the management port, and the gray color are actually not connected yet. The downside, you can see the interface is more detailed, like IP address or some administrative access. For example, here you can see HA1 and HA2 port, and management port. By default subnet IP is 1.99 and administrative access is ping, HTTPS and SSH. And downside you can see WAN 1, WAN 2, these all port actually I already show you on the start of the video. For the LAN port, these are from port 5 to port 20. It's RJ45 LAN port. You can connect with the LAN site. Now how to configure the IP address on any port, I will show you. For example, I am going to configure the IP address on WAN port. Now the WAN port WAN 1 is already down, but I will show you how to configure. The same procedure can be applied on any interface. Just click on WAN port and click edit. Now here you can configure the IP address. The first thing you can see the role and name. For the WAN port, the role is WAN by default, but we have multiple roles like LAN, WAN, and estimated bandwidth for upstream and downstream. You can set as per your requirement. Under the address, by default the WAN port is in DHCP mode, but we can change to the manual. Just click on manual and configure IP address here. And even you can configure point-to-point protocol or Ethernet. And here you need to put username and password, but just keep me by default in DHCP mode. And downside, under the administrative access we can enable HTTPS, HTTP, like it's depend on requirement, SNMP. You can enable any future application, and you can see here, just click OK. By this way we can configure IP address on any interface. Now how to configure static routes, just click on static route, and here you need to click on create new. Just click on create new, and here under the destination we can put the subnet, like destination subnet details, and the gateway address we can put the next hop IP address for static route configuration. Now the connection is lost, actually it's disconnecting after 5 minutes by default. Let me refresh, and here the next option you can see administrative distance. By default it's 10. The lower value will be the high priority. If there are more than 2 routes to the same destination, we can play here with the traffic. But there are one other important option. Under the advanced, the priority value is 1. Even we can play with the priority value, like to put the same administrative distance, but to change the priority we can change the traffic route. This is important, but with the AD value the fast failover will be done. It's very important. Just click cancel. We can do static route by this way. Now let's move to the next port, policy and object. How to configure firewall policy, just click on firewall policy, and you can see here by default there are 2 policy. One is from LAN to WAN, and now we call it any policy. Everything is allowed by default on Fortinet firewall, and the other one is implicit, like everything is deny implicitly. Now this is the different from some vendor, like these 2 policy by default on Fortinet. Just click on create new. If you are going to configure firewall policy, just assign the name. For example, I will assign retech 1. This is my policy name, and here you can select incoming interfaces, like from where traffic will go to where. You can select any interface. For example, I will select L2T.root, and outgoing interface you can select any interface. Just I will show you for testing. Here you can see all LAN ports are showing. You can select LAN port, you can select DMZ WAN. Actually it depend on your requirement, like you are configuring the firewall policy for which purpose. Just you can select any port. We can select DMZ or some other ports, and outgoing interface. Now the next we can, just for outgoing I will select WAN, and the source option there are multiple options, like we can select and source some addresses or some users, or even we can create from here. Just click on create. Here we can assign some IP address, some IP address group, like there are multiple options we can put on source. I will put just all, and destination I will put all, because this is just for testing purpose. And under the service we can select multiple applications, but I will put just all, and it's accept. And downside there are multiple options for policies, like we can log allow session. Just click on OK. By this way we can configure firewall policy. You can see here firewall policy name is retech1 and source destination is all, and everything is allowed for this firewall policy. That's it. For the CLI command, just click on the top right CLI option. Just click here. You can see this is the CLI of Fortinet firewall. You just get system interface, run this command. It will show you the interfaces detail. Here you can see all interfaces detail. Let me find the interface, management interface, where I have connected my laptop. You can find here, let me find. You can see management port 192.168.1.99. This IP and status is up. All information for this interface. In show system interface, it will show you the interface detail as well. Just run show system interface. You can see all interfaces, port 1, 2, 3, 4, all interfaces status and everything. If you want to check some specific interface, you can write the name, for example management, show system interface management. You can see IP address and all the details related to this management interface. Now the next I will show you how to check the routing table. Get router and info and routing table. Get router info routing table and just enter. I think we need to put all. Get router info routing table all. Here you can see we have only one connected route. It's connected with my laptop and it's showing here in the routing table. Now how to ping? Like in other vendors, we just need to write the ping and IP address, but in Fortinet firewall it's different. We need to write execute, and after execute we need to write ping, then the IP address, like execute ping and my laptop ID IP address 192.168.1.101. You can see here it's pingable. That's perfect. These CLI commands are very important for troubleshooting and Fortinet firewall. Just close this, and now let me show you how to take the backup configuration from the firewall. Just go to the right top corner and click on configuration. Here multiple options. Just click on backup. There is a restore revision, but we need to backup. It will be backup to the local PC. Click OK. Now you can see the configuration is downloaded automatically. Even you can open this. Now these all are running configuration of the Fortinet firewall. You can download the backup file by this way. Now next I will show you some other feature like Wi-Fi and WLAN controller related. Like this firewall working is a WLAN controller. Just go to the Wi-Fi and switch controller option. You can see here manage FortiAP. If you want to bind some access point, you will see all the channel utilization, frequencies option, and even you can create some manage AP from here. And there are multiple options like Wi-Fi clients, Wi-Fi map and SSID. You can just click on Wi-Fi client and SSID if you want to create Wi-Fi name. Actually, if you have the WLAN controller experience on the enterprise wireless, you should know these all feature. Like this is perfect. You don't need to buy new controller. If you have Fortinet firewall, you can use as a WLAN controller as well. There are all options related to the wireless access point and client. That's perfect and Fortinet firewall. Now the next I will show you that some ideal timeout. Go to the system and setting. Here you can see there is one sync interval. Actually this is 60 minutes. It's for NTP server communication. By default it's 60 minutes. But there is one other option. It's called ideal timeout. Like your page will be refresh after ideal timeout expire. By default it's 5 minutes, but we can change it to 20 minutes or 1 hour. For example, I will change to 20 minutes. Like my page will be refreshed after every 20 minutes. Just click on apply. Now it's already saved. After every 20 minutes my page will be refreshed and firewall. On the right side you can read some online like guidance document. Just click on this, it will be open the document. For more details you can read from here. Now the next I will show you the high availability configuration, but actually this is in my next video. I have already set up the lab setup. You can see here the two firewall. I will show you how to connect the HA1 and HA2, and I will show you complete high availability configuration in next video. Thank you for watching. For some more technical video you can watch here. Thank you.